Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing? It has been a few weeks since I last made a video, and well, it's high time I get back in this kitchen and share with you guys one of the recipes that I love. As you can tell from the layout on the counter, it is going to be an Italian type of night at Casa del Jones. I'm going to share with you guys my marinara. I've had, marinaras from different restaurants, different people's homes. Some good, some not so good. We ain't saying no names, but I'm a person who's very competitive and whatever. And I went to a restaurant in Bluffton called La Pizzeria, and yeah, they have good pies. But I messed around and had their spaghetti and meatballs, and straight fell in love. Yeah, it was like that. If you live in the Bluffton area, in Hilton Head, Bluffton, yeah, definitely check them out. But I also was like, man, I can make this, and I can make it better than them. So hey, being the person I am, the type of guy I am, I went home and got in the lab. Yeah, and now I'm better than them. Yeah, I'm gonna toot my own horn. I'm like that. Um, but it starts with the quality ingredients that you have available to you. If you use quality ingredients, you will end up with a better product. I have used different products, tried to cut corners, saying, oh, I don't have to spend that kind of money, to get the end result. Wrong. Let me tell you. On my counter, you will see the San Marizano tomatoes. They come from a region of Italy that is, has the volcanic ash in the soil and all that, so it really does make a difference. I have basil. Hey, get fresh basil. As you can see, there's onions, garlic, Parmigiano reggiano, cheese. I'm gonna be grating that up. I have dry oregano. I have thyme. There's olive oil there. You're gonna have sugar in it because when you use products from a can, you will have a little bit of acidity to it. And when you're dealing with tomato sauce in general, you want to cut it. But because you are using a higher quality tomato, you don't have to use as much. Okay. Some people add red pepper flakes to it. I'm one of those people, on occasion. I'll see how I feel tonight about that. But I will also be making meatballs. Hey, this is a recipe that I'm really proud of. I hope you guys like it. And you probably noticed that I didn't say salt because your cheese has enough salt for the recipe. Trust me. It's a saltier cheese, so you don't need to add anything extra. But if you want to, hey, it's your house, your pot. Do what you do. And for the record, so that everyone understands my stance on this, bell peppers do not go in marinara sauce. Hey, I don't care what your mama did. Bell peppers do not go in marinara sauce. It's not up for debate. Please don't do it. Okay, first things first. You want to add about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of your olive oil. And you want to go ahead and cook these onions down until they get translucent on you. Alright? Doesn't take that long. Remember what I've told you guys. When you're cooking your onions and you're having garlic going in with it, you have to cook your onions first before you put your garlic in. Otherwise, your garlic will burn. Okay, you guys, onions have been added. I went ahead and, like I said, chopped up 1 medium onion followed by 5 cloves of garlic. It's up to you. I'm a person that loves garlic, so really can't have too much for me. All right, you guys, I've added my thyme, my dry thyme. I like it. I love it, so I went ahead and added 2.5 tablespoons of the thyme because of how much sauce I'm literally going to be making. As you saw, I had 3 cans of it, so then they're the large cans. Also, I added a teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. Hey, I like it hot. What can I say? And so all this is being done over a medium heat. You don't want to rush this, okay? While we're waiting, what I did is I went ahead and opened up all 3 cans, and they are, whole peeled tomatoes. So you're going to put them in a bowl. You're going to squish them. Yeah. Some people just throw it in the pot just like that. I like to squish mine first. It kind of cuts down the cooking time. Not really rushing it, but it kind of cuts it down. At the end of the day, you're still squishing the tomatoes. Hey, I like how it feels anyway. Get some tension out. So there's squeeze the tomatoes. All right, I've added my bowl of San Marizano tomatoes and let it do its thing. I'm going to put a top on this and let it, simmer for about, 20, 25 minutes. And once it starts simmering, I will add my oregano. And that'll be about a tablespoon of oregano. Again, because of the amount of sauce that I'm making. You have to basically, measure yours out accordingly to what you're going to make. And well, to taste. This thing is going to be something. And literally, that's pretty much your seasonings. When it comes down to making the sauce, you have your thyme, you have, your basil, but your salt factor is going to be in that cheese you're using. Parmigiano, reggiano cheese. Really good stuff. Let me tell you, you don't have to add, salt besides what's coming in the cheese. I know my cardiologist, who's a monster, out there, Dr. Jane, that's my man. He'd be happy to hear that. Him and Nurse T, keeping me alive, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need something, I'm trying to tell you, that's the diet to go to, for real. He's good, cares about his patients. Let me show y'all something. Straight up, fresh basil. Yeah. This thing smells amazing. That's all I got to really tell you guys. It smells amazing, Too much basil? Yeah, I don't think so. It really brings something to your dish, especially the fresh basil. So when you get an invitation here, well, let's say if you get an invitation to Castle Jones, you are in for a treat if I make this marinara for you, for real. Lord have mercy. My house smells good, for real. I need to have like a marinara, my marinara, cooking in your house, because let me tell you, your neighbor's going to come knocking on your door. All right, as you guys can see, I've added my sugar and also put a little bit of that dry oregano. Went ahead and added 2 tablespoons of the sugar. Again, that's because of the size of the pot that I'm actually making. So don't be alarmed. Yes, Lord. Let me tell you, that thing looks good. I know some people probably a little thrown off that aren't, familiar with really authentic marinara sauce with the basil being in there, but let me tell you, if you go to an Italian person's home who actually knows how to do what they do, basil's in that. You better believe it. I was in New York, we went there and there was a restaurant called Pellegrino's. Fell in love with it. Let me tell you. I remember asking the guy, I'm like, hey, what kind of sauce is this? How you make your sauce? That man looked me in the face and said, what do you mean? It's tomatoes. And I'm like, canned? He's like, no, tomatoes. And I'm like, okay, well, guess he told me. Since that day, it's been on and popping for me. I want it authentic. If it wasn't authentic, I didn't want it. It ruined Olive Garden. It totally ruined Olive Garden. I literally went to Olive Garden and saw the stuff come out and got up and was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not eating that trash. But hey, to each his own. If we know better, do better, right? Now you want to go ahead and turn that down to a low heat. Yeah, that's done, for real. It's a way to finish cooking down. Some people I know add butter to it. I don't see the need, I have in the past, but since I started using that Cento, yeah, no need. And like I told you guys, I'm going to make meatballs with it. I have my onions, have some olive oil in the pan. You want to go ahead and cook your onions down some before adding your garlic. And over here is my meat trio. There's 1.5 pounds of ground beef. There's 1 pound of pork, ground pork, and 1 pound of lamb. Yeah, when you come here, you're getting the real deal. So you guys know, I'm sharing with you a couple secrets of mine. Well, it's not really secrets, just probably things people just don't know to do. You want to soak your breadcrumbs in milk. So in this bowl, I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup to a cup of breadcrumbs, and you're going to absolutely soak it in milk. Let it sit for a while. Let me tell you, it's one of the keys to a tender meatball. You just don't want to throw dry breadcrumbs in there. I know some people use, day old bread or whatever. They chop up some bread, whatever. No, do it this way. I promise you, you're going to like the outcome. I'm going to add 2 eggs to this, as well as some chopped Italian parsley, some basil. Y'all know it. Of course, the onion and the garlic. I will add some Parmigiano reggiano cheese to this. Again, you didn't hear me say salt. Okay? Throw a little oregano in there. Forget about it. You know I've been wanting to say that my whole life. In a video, forget about it. Alright, you guys, I've added my onions and garlic to my meat mixture. I have my breadcrumbs that are soaking in the milk, and of course 2 eggs that I go ahead and beat. I just don't throw my eggs in there. I go ahead and beat them first. I almost forgot one of the most important components. I had to add that Parmigiano Reggiano to that. Oh man, I'm telling you, old age or something, boy. Mine is slipping. You want to go ahead and you're going to stir that around and get that, fully incorporated into your sauce. Now you can really see what we're working with here. The whole texture has changed, since the cheese has been added. Okay, you guys, so what I've done is added 1.5 tablespoons of the oregano, 2 tablespoons of the thyme, and 2.5 of the fresh Italian parsley. Okay, about to go ahead and put the milk breadcrumb mixture in there. Like I said, that helps with being a binding agent as well as adding moisture to your recipe. The milk and that breadcrumb, it's a must. And I use Italian. There's no need to use a plain, breadcrumb. You're taking away from, your dish. You want to add flavors, layer upon layer of flavors to your dish. And, oh yeah, and for those of you who are waiting for the calzone, trust me, that's coming out this week right here. Like I said, life, caught up with me. Had to do a couple things, so I apologize for that. And I really want a calzone. Talking about it. It's like going to a grocery store and shopping while you're hungry. You end up with a basket full of stuff you don't need. In this day and time, man, when you get to the cash register, you might pass out. You see the bill. Cooking while you're hungry, not much different. Alrighty, guys, here you go. I've added, my Parmesan as well as the mixture of the Italian breadcrumbs and milk. I'm about to mix it all up. This is where, it gets really messy here, but hey, it is what it is. But, I'm a person that, likes more. So when I'm saying that, I mean this. I had some extra ground beef. I said, hey, why not add to the marinara sauce? It's not too late. So what you want to do, go ahead, brown yourself some of your ground beef, if that's what you want to do, and add it to your marinara sauce. Trust me, a meat sauce, can't think of nothing better. Spaghetti and meatballs with a meat sauce. Forget about it. Whoa, let me tell you, when you make meatballs for a person, if you got a family, you make meatballs for them, it's a labor of love. Trust and believe. However, it's well worth it. And you don't want to overhandle it. One thing you don't want to do with your meatballs is overhandle them. Handle it as less as possible, and you're going to end up with a more like a tender, more enjoyable meatball. Lack of a better way of saying it. It's just what it is. And that's not all of them. You want to put this in an oven for about 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Look at all those herbs just busting out the meatballs. I know y'all wish y'all was here, but not today. Yes, yes, yes. The meatballs are out of the oven, and those things look amazing. I mean, they smell phenomenal, but the taste is what counts. The taste is what matters. It can look beautiful, but if it doesn't taste worth the doggone, what's the sense in it, right? Okay, so you guys know, I added more of the cheese. The cheese is what I'm using to salt this dish, so you have to add more. I'm using 3 big cans of the tomato sauce. Well, tomatoes, not sauce, the tomatoes, and you have to add more cheese. I didn't want to add any external salt, like just straight up salt to it. So add more cheese. Everything will be in the description below the video. Okay, I've added the meatballs into the sauce, so y'all know what time it is, right? Time to plate this thing and get down to business. All right, here we are. It is complete, and this thing looks amazing. Whew, my God. And like always, you guys, share my recipes, make them. That's the most important thing. Make them and enjoy them with your family. Let's get down to business. Oh, look at that meatball. Stop playing, you guys. This is amazing. Till next time, be safe.